Cream Shortbread. It's a really easy one to make. We bake it in the Ninja Foodi and it is super delicious and such a treat. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you do, please hit that like button for me. If you're new here, my name's Susannah. Thank you for joining me today. And if you like making food in your Ninja Foodi, then you're going to want to subscribe down below. Let's go and make cookies and cream shortbread. Today we're making some cookies and cream shortbread. We're starting off with some softened butter. So I'm just going to measure that. I'm going to need more than I've got here, but let's just get this pack in first. I'm going to need 225 grams of butter. I've just left this at room temperature for a while. So to make this cookies and cream flavour, we're going to be using some OREO'S and also some white chocolate chips. And then into that, we are going to put some granulated sugar. And we're going to need 115 grams of granulated sugar. And we're going to be rubbing this together with our hands. So it's sometimes a little bit easier if the butter is chopped up a little bit smaller to start with. And also into there, we're going to add our flour, and we need 315 grams of plain flour. And here comes the messy part, because basically we need to get our hands in and we want to just mix this together. So just rub that through your hands like you're making a crumble. And that is going to combine the butter, the sugar and the flour all together. That's why it's really important that your butter is room temperature, because obviously this would be impossible if not. So you want to do this until it resembles like a crumbly type texture. Probably going to take you kind of 5 minutes to do this. Apart from this though, it really is very little work, this recipe, and it does come together very, very quickly, and there's hardly any ingredients. So there's the butter, the sugar, the plain flour. Then of course we've got those OREO'S, and we're going to be using 10 OREO'S crushed up and 100 grams of the white chocolate chips. And then that literally goes into a baking tin, into the Ninja, and that gets baked. And it makes a gorgeous shortbread. It's starting to come together a lot more now. A lot of that butter is rubbed in, but there is still more to go. So now I add in my OREO'S. That's 10 OREO'S, and I've just crushed those up. And now I've got white chocolate chunks here. You can use white chocolate chips. This is just what I could grab hold of when I was in Marks and Spencer's. Don't normally go into Marks and Spencer's, hence why I've got these really. That's 100 grams of white chocolate. Just going to grab a spoon, just to give that a little mix, just to get everything combined in there. Don't worry if you've still got a couple of chunky little bits of butter in there. Just do your best to try and get that as breadcrumby-like as possible. So that is nicely mixed through now. So as you can see that we've got a little bit of everything running all the way through the mixture. I've lined my baking tin that fits in my Ninja. I've just put a little bit of butter around that and then put one of these parchment circles, you know, the liners, into there. And now all we do is spoon in or pour in our mixture, and we just need to press this down. So I'm just going to do a little bit to start with and show you how this works. It looks like I've gone mad, doesn't it? That this isn't going to create a shortbread, but believe in the process because it will. There you go. Right, that's some of it in. And what you want to do is you can use your spoon, you can use your hand. You just want to compact this down, just like this. And this is creating your shortbread, believe it or not. It really is this simple and this easy. I think the spoon is actually quite good because you can almost like smooth it down with that pressure and the metal. There you go, look at that. And now just carry on with the rest of your mixture. Now, my tin that I would normally probably have used would have been my baking tin from the Ninja set, but I've currently got something else baking in there, so I'm using this one, but this one isn't as deep, so I'm just hoping that I will actually be able to get all of this mixture in. The last bit, I'm going to start off with my hands. Oh, look, this is just fitting. I am lucky. I am lucky today. Always good when things go well, isn't it? And then just try and smooth it off because you obviously want it nice and even. Oh, this really does look cookie and cream. Looks absolutely gorgeous. What a nice, simple recipe. Great for making with kids, you know, if you've got children or grandchildren coming over. It's just a really nice, easy one. They can get their hands in, can't they? Which they all obviously like to get involved. So there we go. Cookies and cream shortbread all ready to be baked in the Ninja. You want to bake it until it is nicely golden on the top. So I want it quite low in the Ninja and a low temperature as well for shortbread. So 150. Probably going to take 20-25 minutes, I'm guessing, but we will see. I'm now going to bake my cookies and cream shortbread. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in the trivet, the bottom of the air fry basket. That gives me a really nice low position. Then I can add in the shortbread. So as you can see, that's sitting very low in the pot, lower than it would be if you had it on the rack. And that way I just find that we can get it baked nicely without it being too high, because I don't want to have to cover this one with foil. Sometimes when I bake something, you can just cover it with foil easily, but with a shortbread, we want to get that golden top to it. So let's get the lid down. We're going to select bake for this. And as I mentioned earlier, nice low temperature of 150. And I think around 20 to 25 minutes. So let's set it on to 25 and I'll keep an eye on it. Shortbread has just finished. I've actually given this half an hour because it wasn't really golden on the top, and now we've got it nice and firm to the touch. Got a bit of a golden crust there, only very, very slightly. Obviously, we don't want it really dark brown or anything. And that's cooked really lovely on bake. So I'm going to get that out. I'm going to let that cool. I allowed the cookies and cream shortbread to cool down in the tin, and then I've just taken it out. It made it so much easier having the parchment paper on the bottom. And look at this. How good does this shortbread look? Let's grab a piece here to show you. Look at those layers. It looks lovely and moist, but also very crumbly on that outside texture. It tastes absolutely incredible. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and let me know if you give this a go.